Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we are going to do a raw reading because Joe went out shopping yesterday and picked up some new cards. So let's crack on, shall we? So first of all, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Joe. If you are a returning viewer, great to see you again. If you are a subscriber, much love to you. So this is the Jack-O-Lantern Tarot deck. It called to me, so I purchased it. And when I get a new deck, I like to do just like a raw reading with it and just see what the energies are and any messages that want to come through. We've obviously had one card fall out. So let's crack on, shall we? So the first card that fell out is Judgment. Okay, so being called to action, being called to start something, to awaken from your slumber, to partake in something new, get the energy moving, get the soul singing. There could be a message coming through with Gabriel and his trumpet there, but it's definitely something about getting up and getting moving. You've been judged to start something new. We have got the King of Wands, so it could be something quite passionate, something maybe you've been working on for a little while, something you feel very deeply about, you care about, something more of a purpose and a passion. So maybe you're being called to your life's purpose and your life's passion. I do like these cards. I decided that last night. Six of Swords, so sailing on to calmer waters, leaving behind the things that, whatever it is that you've let die off in the past, and sailing on to something new, and kind of all that you can't leave behind, because they're still taking the Six of Swords with them. They're still taking their lessons with them and their thoughts and ideas, but it's about just doing something different. We've then got the Queen of Pentacles. So what could be coming in and what you're going towards, or it could be what you're coming from, is something quite a strong foundation, some good financial stability, some fertility as well with the rabbit there. But I'm guessing that that's what you're sailing on to. So abundance, and your investments could very well be paying off. Now the Tower came falling out technically, but the Tower is something coming in, or someone coming in, or seeing something, hearing something that kind of shakes you up and makes you realise that your house was not maybe built in the most strong foundation, but it's certainly, you don't lose everything. The crown is tipped, but you can straighten it again. You just have to work through whatever this is. Now, it's very transformative energy. It happens for you, not to you. I always get that wrong. So, I mean, like I say, could just be something quite relatively minor, but it doesn't have to be completely life-altering, but there could be a move coming in. So there's the Six of Swords could also be, literally moving, getting up and moving. I just wonder if the House of Cards is about to tumble down for someone. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be that sort of, panic, soul-destroying, life-destroying energy. It's just, maybe you have to move on, maybe the tenancy agreement gets pulled from underneath you. You've got the King of Swords coming out next. Okay, so now it's time to be decisive. Now it's time to think through what your options are, where you want to go on to, how you want to move forward, what it is you want to leave behind. Definitely a sense of thinking more than speaking at this time. So yeah, just make sure that the next moves that you're making, because it very much could be an actual physical movement, whether it's a career or location, just make sure that you've thought it through, and it's not kind of done out of this panic kind of energy, because sometimes it's very easily done when you get sort of given a notice of some description. Your first thought is, oh my god, I need to find somewhere, I need to just make the jump, but just some deep breaths I think are needed. You've got the Eight of Wands coming in, which is going to bring in this energy, this movement, this flow that has to carry on happening, because I do feel like this is like just another step in your journey. Again, it could be communication, so you could be hearing something. What wants to come out under the King of Wands? We've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's all about leaving behind the old. Letting things die that need to be died, that need to die. Let the old energy pass beneath you and go with the flow. This is a definite go with the flow kind of a vibe going on here. That one wants to come out, and I am going to take it. I'm going to leave it there. We'll take that at the end. I like doing it when you take an extra one at the end. It's also this card deck gives off very autumnal vibes. Which obviously we've just, in the Northern Hemisphere, we've just come into autumn. Okay, so you've got the Six of Wands coming out under the Six of Swords. So 6 could be a number that you're seeing, but also it's just about victory and actually, you know, making the right moves. That's what I say. If you actually take the time, think through it, make the right choices for you, you know, however that affects you, your family, friends, you know your responsibilities far better than I do. But yeah, there's some victory here. There's some achievement, a sense of completion of one area of your life and moving on to something different. And then under the Queen of Pentacles, we have got the Knight of Cups. So it could be an offer, could be getting an offer coming in. It could just be the flow, the emotional flow with the cups there. And if you've seen any of my videos before, you know in the original tarot deck, I will talk about how the horses just got to step over this one last. Again, it depends how you look at it. Is it a river? Is it a stream? But this one last body of water to kind of get going. So it feels like there might be just one more sort of little obstacle, but there is definitely some movement. There's a lot of movement here. There's 4 cards now of like moving. And the next card out under the Tower is the Nine of Pentacles. You'll be fine. I think the Queen of Pentacles is there to give you a little bit of a, you know, it's okay, you've got this stability, this foundation. Maybe money is going to be the last thing that you're worried about. I know when I last moved, money was the last thing I was worrying about. I had other things to worry about. I was very fortunate to be in that, or we were very fortunate to be in that situation, and still are. You know, I had much more bigger things to worry about than finances. But it's all about being comfortable and confident. Okay, it is the pre-Empress energy. The Nine of Pentacles is your, you know, self-worth, self-value, self-respect. Whatever this move is not to belittle you or make you feel worse about yourself or anything like this. This is definitely an improvement. It might be a bit of a blessing in disguise, which is a message that seems to keep wanting to come out the last few tarot readings that I've done, but there is definitely a sense of you will be fine. And then we've got the Empress. So we had the pre-Empress energy, and now we've got the Empress of this birthing a new cycle of, again, you know, the Venus energy, self-worth, self-value, self-respect. Yeah, there's a lot of abundance here. There's a real improvement, even though at first it might not seem like it. On the bottom we do have the Two of Wands, which, you know, so maybe there is some travel here. There could be people, you know, whoever's watching this, you might be moving county, country, but there's this sense of choosing the right path for you and having literally the world to choose from. You know, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Let us take, I'll put that one there where we can see it. Let's take this one, shall we? Finish off the reading. The Hanged Man. Okay, you could be in a bit of a dilemma. Maybe you do have to choose, do you go left or right? I think, like I say, don't rush this decision, whatever this decision is going to be about movement, whether it's career, you know, a job movement. Maybe you might have to commute a little bit more. But yeah, you take your time, make sure you make the right decisions, you pick the right path, and you go on this journey. It's a forward step and not a lateral move. And I'm going to wish you luck and say thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.